Okay guys, so welcome back to another Scrapping Irish video. For this one it's I'm just showing some of the stuff that I've collected up so far, because I think it was either on one of my lives or it was on a comment that someone left on a video, a subscriber left. They're just wondering what I have collected up and well, this is stuff I'll be looking at processing later on in the year. So the main thing I have here at the moment will be the biggest bulk of stuff I have to process are these chips. So these are the chips from the Ram fingers, or the Ram sticks. So I have already processed, removed the gold fingers, trimmed the fingers back, and I've done the videos on how to get the gold from that, and you'll see later how I process it further in future videos. So this is these are the chips that I took off the board. So again, you'll see videos up there of how to remove them. They're online on my channel, so check them out if you want to see how I take these off. And you can even see the little bits of gold in the corners there on it already. Some of them have easier to see gold, so the likes of that one there, you can see the gold on them already. So they're one type of chips. They're the small little square chips that's on the Ram. So I have in them to process, I have 2, 4, I'll just put it aside, 4, 6, 8 kgs, and I'm sure there was another one somewhere that I have been working on. Oh yeah, there's one here which isn't full yet, so until it's full I won't be weighing it. Once I've them filled, I weigh them and I try and put them into 2 kg tubs. So I'd say roughly 9 kgs of those type of chips. So that's one type of Ram chip that I have. The second type that I take off the boards are these type. So again, you know the different types of Ram sticks, so we'd say the likes of these ones are going to be off them. So they're the type of Ram sticks. So you can see I've already trimmed the fingers off. So there's the Ram, and you'll see videos on how I take them off as well. So again, you can see them there in that. So what I've done here is that's 1 kg. So that's a kg of them, and then I have another 2, 4. So that's 5 kgs of them, which is a nice little haul. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, possibly 14 kgs in total there of Ram chips. And I still have another pile here that I've started a new box. So when I trim all of these, they'll go in here into that when I take them off. So I'll probably have about 15 kgs maybe of Ram chips to work on this summer. Another thing that I have is, when we're on about the Ram, is I've removed the gold, as I was saying, from the actual Ram. So that's the gold from the fingers there. It's gone through the first process of acid to get it off the boards. So you can see it in here. So nice shiny looking gold, but that has to be processed further. So you can see even a big lump of it here. So I'll just break it up a bit. But that's it in there. So they have to be processed further, and that's the last couple of stages. We'll bring that to a little cold bar eventually. So that video will be coming. That's another video I'm working on. Let me see, what else have we here that I'm working with videos coming on. This is the gold from the mobile phones. As you can see, it's a lot dirtier. There's a lot more bits and pieces come off the board than would come off with the Ram. So you can see it in here. You can see the gold shining among that. So again, that has to be processed yet. I'll put that down with the rest. Let me have a look here and see what else we have. Then we have just other general chips that I take off the boards. So these are like your just your normal IC chips, flat pack chips, stuff like that I take off your normal computer boards, stuff like that. So that one there is telling me it's 1750 grams, so nearly 2 kgs there again of chips. So on average you should be getting, most people are getting between half a gram to a gram and a half, maybe 2 grams from the chips depending on the grade of chips they are. So I always kind of work off the lower one, saying about half a gram. So if I work off a half a gram there of that, I would have a gram in that, nearly 2 kgs per half gram per pound, they reckon, roughly. So I'd be thinking I should have maybe a gram and a half from them chips, which is, at the moment, a gram is about 50 quid. So that's about 125 quid from that little box there of gold. So it's not too bad. Then I have more chips that I'm looking at. I haven't even got this one filled yet. Once I have this filled up, I'll weigh it, but it's just one I'm working on at the moment. It's my next tub, so they're put aside there for a minute. While we're at it again, this is more gold from the mobile phone boards that I worked on. So again, you can see them videos up there, but you can see it's fairly populated with green solder mask from the boards, but there is gold in among it. So again, the acid will do its work on that, so I don't need to worry too much about that, about what goes into the acid. The acid will make sure that when I bring it back, I'll only get the gold back. So again, that goes when I'll be doing that video future. That'll be put away for a while until I get around to them videos. My MLCCs. So again, I collect up my MLCCs into tubs like this. So as you can see, that's a nice little tub. It actually weighs a nice little bit for the size of it. We'll just put the scales out for a minute and we'll get an empty tub and we'll just see what it actually weighs. So we'll set that to 0. We'll set that to 0. So again, as I say, some of these are newer types, some are older types. There's a mix in there, so that's why. But we have 360 grams, which is over a pound. So I've over a pound of MLCCs there, and I'll keep filling that tub until it's filled. So I should end up with maybe 2 or 3 pound in that tub when I've it done, and then I'll process them later on videos, so they'll be coming as well, future videos on that. So that's just something else I have. Then I have my gold pins from the CPUs, so just general CPUs that I done there a while back. Again, you can check the video out. So I just took all these pins from the likes of these CPUs. There was some fibre CPUs and stuff like that in it. They weren't ceramics, it was all like this type of CPU. So they're the pins that are in there, and again, I think I ended up with 800 and something grams or something like that. Yeah, it says it's 1121, that includes the jar. So I think it was 860 or something. I'll have to check the video again to see what it was in it. But they'll be processed at a later date. I also have a lot of pins. So these are like lower grade pins. So as you can see, these are all different pins from different things. So they'll have to be processed at some stage. Again, there's a couple of different methods, but I'll have to work out which is the best method for me to do that. At the moment, I haven't decided. I might do a mixture because I have different amounts of pins. So again, you can see there's more pins here. I have a couple of jars of pins. So there's nicely building up there the collection of pins, and I think in this tub over here, which you can't see because I'm off screen grabbing it, but I think I have more pins in here. I do. So you can see all these type of pins in here. Again, these are from mobile phone pins. These are pins I took off from mobile phones. Another jar full of pins here. Another jar of pins here. So there go all little pins in. I have a little jar I've started with putting SIM cards into. So again, there's not going to be much on them, but again, I'll process them maybe when I'm doing RAM again or something like that. When I'm doing my next lot of RAM, I'll throw in the chips with them, or I might just incinerate them when I'm doing my doing some videos on the chips. When I'm incinerating the chips, I might throw them in with them and just incinerate them. So again, they're inside. I just keep them in a little tub. So I just have them in that kind of tub. What else have I got here that we can show you? They're my ceramic ceramic crystal oscillators. So once I get that tub filled up, I'll process them. I like to have full tubs of everything before I go processing them. This is the gold corner BGAs. So you will have seen videos on them, how to remove them from the board, separating them then into your black caps and your bottoms. So that tub is nearly filled. Once I do this lot here and process them, I should nearly have a full tub ready for processing. So that's in there. Just put them aside. So this is just showing some of the stuff that I have that I'm ready to work on with videos later on this year. What else have I here then? These are just all boards from hard drives that need to be depopulated. So that's just a bunch of them that I'll be working on. The chips then we'll put in with the rest of the chips and process later, and the pins will be put in with the gold pins. So that's just a tub of them I need to work on. I also have these ceramic CPUs all smashed up, ready for putting into the nitric acid. So we have, they're all just, I'll smash them up probably a small bit smaller, but they're all ready for the next stage to be processed, to take the gold from them. So that's the ceramic CPUs. Then I have a couple of tubs of more chips. So again, they'll be put in, probably I'll put them into one of the other tubs that's nearly emptied, and use that one again. And then these are from mobile phones. I have 2 or 3 tubs of these. These are the chips that I took from mobile phones. So they have to be processed yet. So I'll just put them aside. What else have I got to show you? There are more pins, I showed you them. Oh yeah, I have more of these. These are all from laptops. So these are the mouse cards, or where you activate the finger control on it. So they're all going to be processed there. I have to put them into the lye to take off the solder mask, and then hopefully they'll be gold plated underneath, and they'll be put into the acid, treated the same way as I did the mobile phones and the RAM. There's some more boards from the hard drives. So some of them I've processed there, so you can see I've that one fully finished. I've taken everything off the board, it's completely finished. And these ones still got some chips on. I've already taken some chips off, but there's still a few chips on there, and it also has the fingers on here that are the pins that I need to get off for the gold pins. Then I also have a tub of pinless CPUs that I need to work on. So I need to take off the copper heat shields and remove these little, some of them have MLCCs and some of them don't. Some of these are MLCCs and some aren't, but I just need to remove all of them from it. And then I'm going to try and see what the best way of processing to get the gold off there. So again, it's probably more than likely going to be in the acid, and just lift off the gold dots and drain it off then and filter it. So I've got I'd say maybe 200 of them in there to be done, pinless CPUs. I also still have a tub of miscellaneous boards and stuff. So there's some mobile phone boards, there's some so you can see there's still some mobile phone boards there that need to be taken apart, need to get the chips off them. Some other boards which are off video boxes, some chips that came off I think Sony PlayStations, some more IC chips stuck to these ribbons, some cards with some fingers that need to be trimmed off, and again try and get the IC chips off it. I've already removed some of the IC chips off it. There's some boards here that I need to go into the acid to lift the gold off it. Remove these few bits at the back before I add it into the acid. So there's all that kind of stuff that still needs to be worked on. So again, you can see there's another one here with the another one of them fingerboards that need to be done. There's some mobile phone boards, some house phone boards, just some network or LAN boards. I have a couple of tubs of them yet, the boards that I have to go through and depopulate. I want to kind of get everything depopulated before I start moving on to the next stages of the videos, so that I'm working on more processing. But I want to get as many of these tubs depopulated. I'd say 4 or 5 more of these tubs. Again, you can see the gold on there shining. So nice gold. Yeah, so there's more than fingerboards and stuff like that. So there's a good bit of stuff that I need to depopulate. Even this board here now, you can see the gold flashing on it. But I need to get all this stuff removed off it first. Get all these taken off before I put it into the acid, to try and make it as clean as I possibly can. But with them type of boards, it's not going to be awfully clean. In the end, it comes out as it does. So there's another one of them boards I've already cleaned off. This board here again, I don't know what's left on that, not much. So that's kind of it, guys, for this part of the video. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring you to my secret location, where I have just received my first lot of laptops and towers and stuff like that. So I just want to show you what I've got off this new contact I've made. So I've just received my first bit of stuff off him. So I'm going to cover it now, and I'm going to bring you to my secret location. I don't want anyone knowing where we're going, guys. So see you at my secret location. So guys, here I am in my secret location. As you can see, this is some of the stuff I have to take apart still yet. This is the first lot that I've got off my new contact. So you can see it all here. There's all different desktops. Even my favourite printers. I love printers. Doesn't everyone love doing printers? Yeah, that's right. We hate printers. But beggars can't be choosers, and you can't just pick what you want yourself. You have to take what's given to you. And also, my favourite, laptops. Not. Absolutely hate them. But again, there's some boards in there that'll be alright for doing. So that's a few laptops. And then if you come down here, you can see I have another big pile of laptops there. So I'll do probably a laptop marathon someday and get through all of them. But so that's kind of what I've got to do. I've got all them to take apart, so that'll keep me busy for a while, and that'll be added to that collection you've already seen of stuff. So RAM chips and RAM fingers again. I'll start trimming off more RAM fingers. It was known so far, I'm totally out of them again. So I have all my RAM fingers from there, and then we'll also have the boards, all the boards. So I'll have more gold pins, more VGA chips, more CPUs. So all in all, it's not too bad for a first pickup, and hopefully I'll have a few more of them pickups coming from different people who have them. This is from a repair shop. So these were items were being repaired, and the people didn't want them anymore, so they couldn't be repaired, and they just said to dump them, and they bought new products instead. Most of them have the hard drives removed, which is kind of standard practice for any repair shop, to remove the hard drives, so that people's information. I've also guaranteed them, if I do come across any hard drives, they'll be completely destroyed, which I will do. Also, guys, if you're wondering, there's some nice stuff down here at the bottom. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it there, and I'm going to pull out the 2 items at the bottom. There too I'm going to strip off on separate videos. There's 2 things I want to do on 2 separate videos in the future. So I'm going to stop it there, and I'll take all them laptops off the top, and we'll have a look. Okay, so I've got rid of the laptops that were there on top of that, and now I have exposed what I wanted to show you here, and I just have to change the angle of the camera to bring it down a bit. So this is a angle. My gimbal is playing a bit of trouble with me, but we'll try and adjust them a bit. There we go. So it's a digital video recorder that I plan on taking apart. It seems to be, if I can open it, but I can't. It's probably locked, is it? No, she's open there. So we'll lift that off. So as you can see, there's like a DVD recorder. It's got 2 fans, sort of idea here. So we'll have a look in that and see what could be in there. There might be some nice stuff in there. And then I also have, it seems to be like a gaming PC, if I can change the angle again. So it seems to be something like gaming PC. So I'm going to do 2 separate videos on them just to see if there's anything worthwhile in either of them. Now again, that could be just a fancy case and there could be nothing inside. It could be an absolutely worthless piece of crap, but we'll have a look at it anyhow and see what's inside it. So guys, that's it. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe, please hit the like, and make sure you share it out, and check out some more of my videos that I have up there. And till the next one, guys, keep on looking for that gold.